Robert, preemptive pardons. I mean, what can Biden do before he leaves office now?
We just did another 2,500 commutations. So it was like he's issuing so many, they don't know which ones to cover or how to, in terms of the press and the coverage. My guess is that probably late tonight, early tomorrow, there will be some additional pardons issued, and I assume some preemptive pardons are coming. And I especially because somebody leaked. Oh, I know, some congressman leaked. I think for the benefit of Biden, that there was going to be an official referral of his brother and Hunter Biden on things that might be outside of Hunter's pardon. And that definitely James Biden, Joe's brother, has not been pardoned. And so that to me was a message to Papa Joe, you better issue this pardon now on the way out the door because referrals are coming. So but my prediction would be 50% chance or better. That's about where I'd put the odds that Liz Cheney gets a pardon, James Biden, family members get a pardon, and whoever else made the right donations to the right Biden family might also get bailed out at the end. We'll see. But I can't believe there aren't more pardons coming.
He is in to say, like, you suspect he has until what, 11:59 tomorrow?
Pretty much.
Is there a formal cutoff time, or can it be to the end of day tomorrow?
I think it's once Trump is inaugurated, he's officially the president.
Okay, so and then the pardon power of Biden ceases at the moment. Right. What is the official what? I don't even know. Like, I've never thought of it. What's the official moment? Like, who?
Well, he might want to throw in some. If I was Biden, I would probably throw in any Ukrainian because we know all of them are criminals. That have been receiving government money and laundering it for his family and for his other pals and allies. I would just find every Ukrainian name and add it to it if I was in the Biden crime family cover-up crew. That would be my free recommendation and advice. Make sure to have Zelensky was apparently begging. He wanted an invite. He was hoping to change Trump's mind about sending him packing and the Ukrainian war over, ending it. But apparently he begged everybody he knew if he could get an invite. And Trump kept saying, nah, nope, not interested. Nope, still not interested. No, that doesn't change at all. You're not there at the inauguration, pal. It's not. This isn't the Ukrainian presidential election, which they illegally and unconstitutionally canceled there in Ukraine in violation of their own laws because they're such a representative democracy. You get a look at what EU styled. Like, there's a great book called Why Nations Fail. And it does a great job refuting and rebutting a lot of the popular assumptions out there, but particularly about the critical role that giving individuals power is, and giving them economic, social, political, cultural power, that's what leads to successful nations. When you limit power to a corrupt, corrosive elite it has an extractive economy, that's what leads to disaster over time. And that's effectively what the Biden administration's protocol and approach was. I think he'll pardon as many people as he can out the door. Trump made clear, I told people that there would be at least 100 executive orders, maybe more, day one. He said, he's like, I'm not waiting. I'm signing a whole bunch of stuff. And I hope he does. I hope he signs a bunch of executive orders to undo the damage Biden did. Apparently he's going to declare an emergency on the southern border. This is another smart political. This is where Trump is so much more alert, awake, aware than he was the first time around he came in, because he's clearly lining up everybody. Apparently he's going to do maybe 200 or more executive orders. I hope he's going to start issuing pardons and commutations on day one. By golly, he should. DC courts haven't got the message. Just give it to everybody and smack those courts back to where they belong. And then third, he's going to do high profile raids and deportations. And he's going to start with big Democratic cities. He's going to start with Chicago. And Mayor Adams wants him to do it in New York, and he's going to go to New York. He's got support in New York. He's got no support in Chicago. The utility there will expose how corrupt that fat-ass Governor Pritzker is. That's that guy that helped steal all his family wealth connected to the mob. That's who that dude is. And then the mayor, of course, who's another nut job in Chicago. So, but do some high, and that's the number one place where the gangs have recentered effort. I wrote a memo on that like 20 years ago for the old Chicago outfit boys that the guys that were featured in Casino, the movie Casino. So Joey the Clown, Lombardo, and some other guys, they knew some people who were aware that I did politics and law, and they asked me through a mutual friend in Milwaukee if I could give. I was like, I'm not going to represent you guys. That's not my shtick. But they're like, can you tell us what's going on legally, politically? Give us some because we don't understand why we're suddenly getting targeted now. And I did an analysis, and my analysis was I thought certain key people in the Illinois politics on the Republican and Democratic side had likely cut a deal with the Sonoma cartel to take over the Chicago drug trade And as part of the deal, they would get certain things that they wanted done politically and financially, and they would take out the Chicago outfit and then give themselves credit for taking out the last remnants of the Chicago mob. And of course, what happened after they took them out? Guess who took over the south side of Chicago? Gangs from Central America and Mexico. That's why the violence rate spiked all of a sudden and got way out of control. So Chicago's a place where also there's been a lot of complaints, predominantly from the African American community in Chicago, which, by the way, shifted in their vote patterns dramatically towards Trump, that the illegal immigration was a huge problem, huge violence problem for housing, problem for schools, problem for jobs, all the way across the board. So I think highlighting that right away is a politically genius move of Trump and shows he's really alert and aware. Do some things that the media is going to have to cover, but do all the pardons and commutations. I continue to recommend that Julian Assange be on that list, that Edward Snowden be on that list, that Roger Ver, Bitcoin Jesus, be on that list, that Ross Ulbricht, who he's promised he will commute the sentence of, be on that list. I hope he's, and then, so I would do it, 200 executive orders, deportation orders right away. Pardon commutation of a whole bunch of people that were wrongfully targeted for political reasons or for lawfare. And last but not least, declassify. It's Martin Luther King Day. Declassify the assassination file on Martin Luther King, which will show the FBI was complicit in the assassination of Martin Luther King. Do Malcolm X. Declassify Malcolm X's files. What will it show? It will show this lawfare has an ugly history. It will show the FBI complicit in the assassination of Malcolm X. And then most consequently of all of them, completely declassify. I hope he does. He's talking about doing it right away. The John F. Kennedy assassination file and the Robert F. Kennedy assassination file. It'd be particularly useful in the RFK one, because to have that file declassified that will show government complicity in the assassination of John Kennedy and Robert Kennedy, while Robert Kennedy Jr. is up for nomination, I think there's a double utility to the timing of that. To remind everybody, we've had a problem with lawfare for a long time in our country, and it's just got really bad over the last 5 years, but it's been around for a while, and we need to start fixing it and kind of contextualize Trump with all of those other cases that are similar, that were politically motivated persecutions and prosecutions. And so I think we're going to have a heck of a fun week with a lot of legal news and a lot of righteous legal news. At least I'm hoping so.
Robert, I got distracted because I saw this and have to enhance it. There's no gender, there's no sex that dog can be where that is not wickedly painful, but that is hilariously cute. So